Well, this was a weird time and a weird game for a callback, but guys, do you remember that bird in Super Mario Land 3 that was guarding the pirate ship at the end game? It was the boss of that level. If you remember that bird, it was called Bobo, and for whatever reason, it seems like that bird actually slimmed down quite a bit from the ROM that we had back on the old Game Boy, because this guy is Bobo, the same bird from the same ship doing the same thing. Well, not exactly the same thing. Bobo's boss fight here is actually a lot easier than the original games because you didn't have to deal with projectiles, and Bobo just conveniently lets himself be jumped on the head and eventually killed through his bird brain stupidity. I will give him credit, he does try to mix it up as the boss fight goes on. He'll start doing irregular dips, and he'll start flying in at right angles to screw with the player a little bit. But the problem with this is that, unlike other bosses in this game, if you get hit by Bobo, you don't get flung out of the boss room, so there really isn't any punishment for actually missing the attacks. The only punishment to this boss fight is if you get caught by the wind ability, where Bobo will summon a gust of wind flying up from the bottom of the screen to try and fling Wario away from him forever, except it won't be forever, to end the boss fight attempt. The problem with this is that you can easily circumvent the entire attack because Bobo doesn't move during it by holding down on the D-pad. Even when he goes into his rage state, it's still incredibly easy to avoid this attack because, again, he still doesn't move during it. And even through the full duration, you won't accidentally be blown out of the boss room as long as you hit down immediately when the attack happens. Otherwise, you are liable to have to start the whole thing over again. But it's not really a huge punishment because Bobo goes down real easy. All you need to do is jump on him like 5 times and that's the boss fight. It's a little better than the giant snake because the giant snake had no protections against this, while Bobo as an aerial target can fly around. So it gives us a bit more time, it makes it more solid of a boss fight, and even though it's not one of the best I've ever seen, it is still decent enough to cap off the second chapter of the main line of the game. So yeah, I guess it's at least a decent callback, but I would like to see a bit more from you, Bobo. Maybe some more maniacal laughter. Maybe you could learn to read so that you could have a pre-fight cutscene banter. Just trying out some different material would definitely make yours a bit better, Bobo, if I were to suggest anything for any hypothetical Wario sequel.